Can't control me. I have control over this. I'm doing this and there's nothing you can do about it.
Anything to feel, so I know it's real.
I started taking the cigarette and burning my arm. It just started and I couldn't stop it. So I did the first one and I could feel it. And then I did another one to see if I could hold just a little bit longer, and I pulled it away. And then the next one, a little bit longer. It got to the point where I could put it on the skin and not feel it at all. And I laid there and I was just staring at my arm, and that's when Jerry came home. And I was just there staring at my arm, and he came over to me and he was, "What the hell happened? What happened?" I didn't say anything to him. I don't even think I looked at him. And he told me to go in the bathroom. He brought me in the bathroom, and he was putting it under cold water, and then he wrapped it up. And I went to bed. And I was like completely serene. I was completely serene. I was like, I did it. I did it. And even though I had not set out to abuse myself, it wasn't an abusive thing. At least like that, it was not abusive. It was an accomplishment. You get past the initial pain, when you're first cutting or whatever, everything goes numb. Everything goes numb. And then no longer can anybody hurt you. I can't even hurt myself. Because I've mastered this game. I've mastered it, and I can prove it over and over and over, and it doesn't hurt. It didn't hurt. When you first start, it does, but pretty soon you learn it. It just switches off right away. It's automatic. And I would do things like sneak in behind the staff desk, and I'd grab a coffee pot and bring it back to my room and wrap it in a towel, and then go inside the little cupboard underneath the sink and smash it in there so they couldn't hear it. And I had all these beautiful pieces of glass. Glass became beautiful to me. It was like, God, I've never told anybody this. I've never even thought about it in these terms before. Glass became so beautiful to me. I used to write about it. I used to draw pieces of glass, with blood dripping from them. And that's when it got really dark. Then it was about, I want to see the blood. I want to see how deep I can go without going too far, and see how fast I can make the blood rise up, and just watch it as it dripped. Just watching how big a pool I could make, of blood. And there is a lot of shame with this. It really is. Because it is, outwardly it's disgusting. It's, dark. It's twisted. But my mind wasn't twisted in those moments. I was the clearest. That's when I was clear. That's when, dissociation didn't take over. I didn't switch. It wasn't a frantic thing. It was a very calm, methodic, focused, concentrated process, Then it became a game because, of course, if you're in the hospital, they're trying to keep you safe, and I just wanted to show them they had no control. It didn't matter it was a psych ward. They couldn't control people in there, and it became a game as how far I could take it, to really show them how much control they didn't have over me. I think the biggest thing there's two big things I did. One time, and I don't even remember how I got a hold of a razor. I might have there were times when I was in the hospital for 4 or 5 weeks at a time, and they would give you home passes to go home on the weekend and stuff, and I think I snuck in a razor, very easy to do, snuck in the cigarettes, and I was in the shower. They had like 2 shower rooms, and I was on a level where I could go in. They didn't have to sit outside the door or anything, and I went in there, turned on the water, sat on the floor, and I started at my feet, and I went all the way up my body, and I took that razor, and I didn't cut deep ones, but just my entire body on the front, couldn't get to my back. Arms, face, legs, everything were just covered in little bitty cuts. And when I was done with that, and I was so serene, oh my God, I was so happy. It's like, here I am. I did it, they're out there, they have no idea what's going on. And I took my time. I wasn't in a hurry, like trying to beat them or anything. I just kept going and, okay, well, can I do another one? Yep, can I do another one? Ran out of room, then I sat back and sat in the shower and smoked a cigarette, and that's how they found me. The biggest success was doing it and nobody knowing. But yet there was always that part of you that wanted somebody to see it. And I didn't want them to see it to go, oh, poor Jodie. I wanted them to see it and say that, and me going, yeah, but I don't need you. So that they could come to me finally and say, oh, what's the matter? Like that would draw their attention. I couldn't use my words. They weren't listening to my words. I wasn't being listened to. But then I knew that would elicit that response from them, And then I could go back and spit in their face. Oh, now you're coming around. I don't need you. Then you lose the whole focus of what you're trying to do there. You're trying to work through a process, and what you end up doing is you go in the hospital just trying to meet their needs, meet their rules. It's all about them. You can't really process once again until you get out of there. Make me successful. I work at this hospital. This is my job. This is my career. Make me successful. Make me look like I'm doing something worthwhile. It's so easy to do it. You'd be far more successful if you had compassion. I didn't feel shame myself doing those things. I learned the shame because other people judged it. They judged it as bad, wrong, sick, unhealthy. You know, yeah, in a way it kind of is, but come on. You know, there's still a human in there. Don't look at the behaviors, look at the human. Look at the reasons behind it. Look at why they're doing it. Don't look at they're doing it and you've got to make it stop. That's like an anorexic, you know. No, the answer is not just make them eat. Just make it eat. It'll make you feel better. It will make her feel better. Ask them why. What do you feel when you do this? What precipitates it? Not as a way to try and circumvent it the next time it happens. Don't ask them why it precipitated so that you can put something else in there. There is a point at some point where that does come in, but the person has to choose it. Okay, now I'm ready to try this other way. Now I'm ready to go this direction. But don't force them before they're ready. It is a process. It is a very natural process, I believe. When a person goes insane or has a mental breakdown, it isn't because things are broke, it's because things are finally ready to be fixed. You know, they've already lived in dysfunction. Prior to that, you just didn't see it because the behaviors weren't there. It was all stuffed inside. All the behaviors is it's finally being expressed, and yeah, it's coming out cattywampus. Well, when you stuff that much shit down for so long, it's going to come out like a vomit. Don't judge them for being in that state. Walk them through to the next step. Meet them where they're at. My husband never judged me. He really never did. It baffled the hell out of him, scared the hell out of him, angered him at times, but he recognized that was his own frustrations of not being able to help me. He never blamed me. Never blamed me. He knew, you know, what I had been through in my childhood, and he knew, you know, he never probably knew if there would ever be a change or an outcome or whatever. He just stood beside me, and he took care of things when I couldn't, you know. Sometimes it's not about helping the person go through their process. It's about take care of the other person's other parts of their lives so that they don't have to focus on them, so they can go through their process in a more complete way, you know. That's what support should really be about. Be there if the person wants to talk. Listen only. You know, maybe offer a few things, ask a few questions. Asking questions that aren't get out of this phase based. It's meet me where I'm at and ask me questions about where I'm at kind of a thing. But then get out of my way. Get out of my way. Compassion to me isn't trying to carry me or push me through or guide me in the way that they think is best. Compassion is let me be where I'm at, help me take care of the things around me that I can't deal with right now, and don't judge or blame me. That's compassion.